Franklin County is, we have a 186 bed facility. It's been in existence over 200 years, obviously. I am in a largely Republican county, but nonetheless, when you talk about closing a nursing home or even talk about deciding whether to stay in the business, it can be very much a politically charged topic. So, in fact, just by way of background, at one point, over 50 counties in the Commonwealth operated a skilled nursing facility. Over the past 15-20 years, counties have been getting out of the business, or at least taking a close look at whether they want to continue to be in the business. At this point, about 30 still operate a skilled nursing facility, and a handful of those 30 are going through the process that Franklin County went through this year as well. So I think that's probably enough for background. I want to introduce our panelists, and then we'll ask them to share with us their experiences. We're joined this afternoon by Commissioner Spanik from Beaver County. Joe, thanks for being with us today. Commissioner Barb Cross, Cumberland County. Commissioner Ryan Costello from Chester County. And John Stofa, County Executive in Northampton.
I'm stepping up first because we've got a five-star county nursing home. Yeah, and it really is. I say that this was one of those kind of interesting topics as I was appointed and then elected as commissioner. Probably knew the least about the operation of, or the responsibility that we have for this care. And Cumberland's taken a kind of different approach to this. Inasmuch as we do not subsidize. This is a stand-alone success. And I say that there are no general fund dollars that go into subsidizing the nursing home. This was a decision made by many boards before me, but has continued to be that practice. In the recent history, we did have contractual arrangements for an administrator, and about 5 years ago, we returned that administrator to the county. So the woman who is employed by the county, running that nursing home, bringing her license, I can tell you today, Karen DeWoody, this is her nursing home. And the DON also has a significant contribution in this. And I say that from the aspect that it gets a great deal of buy-in and a great deal of pride and personal commitment, I believe, by having that arrangement in Cumberland. The commissioners, many of you probably do this, who are engaged monthly meetings, and we also then put in a what we would call a Claremont review team. So on that occasion where we may need an additional meeting, we've set aside and sunshined that opportunity to discuss some other things regarding the nursing home. We have a very well-defined strategic business plan, both short-term and then sort of a long-term look at this facility. Short-term right now, we're considering a rehab addition. And I've kind of, respectfully joked in the community, but, you don't need to come to Claremont to die. You truly don't. We're trying to advocate an opportunity that you would come to this facility for a rehabilitation opportunity. We are probably overbedded in Cumberland. We've got maybe 1,000 beds that we're competing with. So as many of you, and you will hear today, certainly reimbursements are always, that aspect that we're concerned with. But engaging the community that as you are coming out of a hospital setting, let's say, let's think about Claremont as that first place to go to. There is a significant open communication opportunity that we've cultivated with the facility management. So very, very few things at that nursing facility we don't know about. And then again, of course, as I mentioned, the concern of the subsidy and non-subsidy. There is a bargaining unit at the nursing home, and if I sound a little reticent as you may be asking questions, I'm going to share with you immediately that we are in the process of negotiation. So if I sound like I'm not going to answer a question or would defer that question, it is regarding that. So that's where we are, about 287 beds. An old facility, and you can say that we've refurbished some, but you're not going to walk in with flat screen TVs and a whole lot of cosmetics. But I can tell you that that 5-star rating, you will not find better care. Well, you'll have to go a little further out of the area to find better care than at Claremont.
I was a little confused in the beginning. You still own the nursing home?
We own the nursing home.
And you made a decision years ago about not spending county tax dollars to
Right.
support. So when you run a deficit, how do you supplant the deficit?
There's a fund balance in that nursing home today.
Okay. So you operate out of the fund balance set aside for the nursing home?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Now, the conversation is, and again, engaging the bargaining unit, this has been no surprise. And concessions have been made in significant manner on both sides. We have been very, very forthright. This is how this is going to work. If it is not successful, then the facility will be sold.
So are you actually running a deficit now, or do you project to run a deficit?
Some.
The reason I ask is we are projecting by 2017 to start running a deficit.
Okay.
That's really part of the reason I think Christian and I are here today.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s, we were running some deficits, built a new home in 2005, running into black somewhat, but projections are going to continue to decline with reimbursement, so.
Exactly,
Well,
and
that's
what
what
that
I was
mix is and where the state's going to be,
Right.
I mean, we're all sort of in that dance.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
sure. Yes, sir.
So you have you run your nursing home with sort of like your P&L, profit and loss, and you don't kick back, that's not a good word, you don't give back profit to the county. You maintain that within the,
That's correct.
okay, so that's independent.
Correct.
And then your capital funding, is that assumed by the county?
No, that is they've gone out previously on a bond for that.
But the county's getting the bond, not the nursing home.
Right.
And it's not like revenue or anything, it's a county general obligation bond.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Who makes up your board of directors
The 3 commissioners sit as the board of directors.
and not people from the community too?
Not people from the community, we're not, and I think you and I talked about this at one time, and again, that creativity out there that may see the facility going forward, and we talked about 501c3. That does not yet happen at Cumberland. It's not happened yet.
Okay, because we are
But
501.
right, and that is one of those opportunities, as you have in conversations around the counties and whatever, it is incredibly emotional. It's kind of like land, it's sort of like land in your home. It is incredibly emotional, and people will, rally around this particular topic. Perhaps not fully engaged in the cost of doing this, and the expense, and how you are at the mercy of so many other elements that you truly do not have control over. You don't have control over mix, you don't have control over reimbursements. So while they are very, very emotional, you've got to step back sometimes and just sort of look at this. I have always said, I'm not running the county like a business. I'm the government. But in this particular case, for this particular element, I believe this is a business. And this is how those best business practices can be put in place.
Are all your residents, are they self-paying people?
Oh, no. No, they're not self-pay. You mean private pay? Oh, no, absolutely not. No, we have very few private pay. Very few private pay. Any other questions for me? No. Con.
Yeah, hi Barb. Question, you mentioned you have a long-term administrator there. What if she were to win the lottery and leave tomorrow? What succession plan would you have, and do you believe you could find someone with that institutional knowledge that you have in your county?
Well, sort of real quick, she's really not that long-term administrator. There had been in the past a corporation running the nursing home. We brought in an administrator, not through a corporate contract. So she is county employee. What would happen? The DON today has a license. We would probably immediately, she arrives, tomorrow morning, says, I'm out of here. The DON would step in with her license, and then we would run that search to find someone else. Yes, sir.
You said when you make capital improvements, you have a general obligation bond. Is that
I think we
paid-
do.
Is that paid by the general fund, or does it come out of profits from the?
No, it comes out of the nursing home. Yeah. Because the debt service is listed through only the nursing home, not through the general fund. Any other questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Frost.